So for those of you who don't know, Rick has, sorry, I'm gonna go over here. Rick has had worked as a songwriter. He's been, you have a very storied history.
I do
I love
indeed.
it. I'm gonna go read from this a little bit. So not only has he been in the career in the music industry as a rock performer, producer of over 50 records, songwriter, and record company senior executive, he has also been a publishing company executive, and his latest work is the Pinion, is that how you pronounce it?
Pinion
Right, the
Scorpion.
Pinion Scorpion mystery series. Now joining them today, we have Mr. Rex Pickett, who we were very proud to have a virtual event for, how you pronounce it, because I messed it up last time, the Archivist.
Very good.
There we go, because I messed that up totally last time on the virtual event.
Don't ever say archivist to an
Exactly.
archivist.
And now,
I'm glad I know that.
Rex is most well known for his work on his book Sideways, which became one of the most critically acclaimed Hollywood comedies. But today is about both of their events, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it up to you two gentlemen. For anyone out there who may be watching this virtually, if you haven't yet already bought your book, you can go ahead and do that, and we have signed and we'll have personalizations available before the event is done. Thank you both gentlemen, and I will see everyone later.
Thank you.
I want you to find your voice. And this is, I think Rick is a good example here of somebody who's wanted to write. He had that burning desire. He's not telling you that his father read a book every night, that he grew up in a very literary background. And this is, I grew up with a dad who sold laundromats. So, it was a struggle for me to find my way to literature. But I did through the help of the University of California in San Diego. Thank you very much up there. But you were trying to find your voice through that, I think, and that's what I would encourage people to do. Keep writing, because every time you knock open a door, you'll see 2 or 3 other doors, and you'll see another door to knock open. But if you don't knock open the first door, you won't see the next 2 or 3. And here's a gentleman who did.
I wish I could say there was a door. It just was there. I sat down at my computer, and the story, that first story, was just playing in my head. I didn't have a name for the character, but I had the setting, the barbershop, I had the concept, and I guess if there was a door, it was just my love of Hercule Poirot and Holmes from that era, and just having read so many of those, and loving the language of that era, loving the characters and the events of that era. That, I guess, would be the door, and then it just, there it was in my brain, and my job was to type it out and capture it.
Let's ever retire. I think we just keep going on until we just fade off or something like that. Look at Mick Jagger. He's doing yoga at 82, and he's still doing. And Rick is now, of course, after all the stuff he's done in music, got into audiobooks, and he was a clairvoyant, because that has jumped way up in, value and everything else, and I listen to audiobooks all the time. And now he's written his first novel, Pinion Scorpion, and it's just, it's a lovely, charming book. It's very different than my book, which is to say that mysteries can be in so many different settings. We think of Raymond Chandler owned Los Angeles, and Ross McDonald owned Santa Barbara, and Dashiell Hammett owned San Francisco. And his book takes place 100 years ago in, well, merry old England. And it's just right before, just as Hercule Poirot is kind of coming into his own, and he has created a marvelous kind of almost simulacrum to, I'd say it's not like he's taken it from it, of that character, and almost kind of imagine someone who might have been the, I want to say, the inspiration for Poirot in some way. You can almost imagine that. And he's got these, clever, devious mysteries, and which is very different from mine. Mine takes place in the present day, and it's set here in San Diego, and in a profession that no one's ever written about.